Anthony and Jaden.
Jaden, Tommy just called you the arc of the group. Do you feel like you've earned that?
I feel like I have got some older guys, but I'm definitely getting up there for sure.
Dylan, one of the biggest improvements that I've seen from last year this year is your ability to get to the rim and attack gaps. How do you think that's been able to help your team this year defensively?
Yeah, obviously we got a bunch of rebounding talent, and teams have to worry about inside the paint, worry about our bigs. So being a guard, being able to get to the rim, kind of one-on-one, you got to be able to do that. And the bigs do a good job of sealing and giving us wide open layups.
For either of you, after looking at the film of Oklahoma State and seeing them score 99 points in their last game, is that like almost like a goal that you want to see, that you can stifle a team that's as effective as that and explosive?
They're a very talented team offensively. They can get it going. Like the Big 12 had a lot of great offensive teams, and we pride ourselves on defense, and we did a solid job tonight, and we just got to keep going.
What was the key there of being defensively better? So you've done this with a lot of teams, but it seemed like you're different that.
Yeah, I think it's just effort. Wanting to improve something. Keep teams to a low score. Shots will fall for us on offense, and if they don't, we always pride ourselves on defense, because it's not about whether shots are going in or not. The team's that energy. We can play defense, all that.
JB, what do you think makes this team special?
I just feel like our versatility and how deep we are. I feel like our guys off the bench did a great job. Kind of had a slow start, and with Vaughn, Dwayne, and Deli, they got to go first off the bench, and they got the crowd going. But it could be anybody's night, the bigs, the guards, and I feel like everybody's happy for one another. And I feel like that's special. I see that too.
Talking about the guys who was from that 01 team was saying, and he told me that watching your practice, he says, when you've been around a lot too, he said, these teams, you can tell these guys really like each other. I mean, do you sense more of that this year than before?
Yeah, we definitely like each other. We love playing each other. We see each other every day. We're practicing every day, so you build that chemistry. There's no sense of anyone's going to get their own or anyone go selfish. I feel like we cut that pretty early and made that a focus for a team at any level. It's selfishness.
Question for both of you. When you hear the stories from the 2001 team and their tournament run, how does that make you realize, when you're wearing the jersey, how it represents the university and things like that?
It just makes us feel like we're bigger than something bigger than ourselves. They honored it. They played, and we're grateful to put this jersey on. And we know that we got to honor Tucson by down the line, getting the Final Four, getting the Sweet 16. But right now, we're gonna take it game by game.
Dylan, take us through Jaden's dunks through your eyes.
Pretty wild. You never know if they're going to actually go, but they're always spectacular. Pretty exciting. You kind of see it building, you see the crowd stand up and you see the, people flooding back, and then all of a sudden he gets it, he just takes off, and yeah, it's crazy. I was sitting, I think, the perfect angle for it, honestly. A lot of fun.
This is a question for either of you. What is a win like today, especially for you guys like a team, big team fighting for?
Yeah, it's good. Obviously, we want to honor them and kind of show that we, carrying on their legacy that they left, and like JB said, play with something bigger than ourselves. But we got to play game by game, and focus, can't take any team lightly, especially the Big 12.
What do either of you remember about the atmosphere and the visit to Kansas last year?
It's crazy in there. It's hard to hear yourself, and your fans are crazy. Kansas is a great program. They have a great team this year, so it's going to be a tough atmosphere. But I feel like we're going to go out there and handle business for sure.
Anthony, do you feel that the atmospheres you faced this year, plus having already been there, makes you better prepared for that environment this time around?
Yeah, of course. You go in those environments, night in, night out. Big 12's been great at that. Getting you ready for, down the run when you get to those Sweet 16s and Final Fours. The atmosphere only gets bigger. So Kansas has a great atmosphere, and we're ready for it.
Looking ahead at the gauntlet of the schedule, this is one of your better offensive performances in the last few games. Just how do you build on that? How does that give you momentum as you reach the toughest part of the schedule so far?
Yeah, just stay positive, stick to your routine. Keep your checklist like I do, your progressions. Don't get too ahead of yourself, don't get too behind, just try and stay level-headed. Don't look at how many teams you got left and how many games you can play at a time, one possession at a time, the right things for that.
And then for Jaden,
You personally, Dylan, just, sorry, along those lines. Getting to the basket, doing a lot of other things, but shooting threes sometimes come to go on. I mean, how's it going lately? Just your approach.
It's been fine. I mean, you know, this is part of the game. You can't let those statistics bother you. It's going to happen. Everyone goes through it. And like I said, it's just trusting your repetitions, trusting your routine. You know, staying true to yourself. Don't let anything bother you. And eventually it'll come back because, like, I know I can shoot. So that's all that matters.
Well, is it striking? I mean, here's a game, I think as a team, didn't shoot very well from three. It doesn't matter, like that's been the case a lot of the season. Do you feel like there's going to be games where, you know, maybe you might hit a three that make a difference or something down there?
Yeah, I mean, we've played a bunch of different games that have gone different ways. You know, some games we come out and shut the lights out, some games we haven't. But it's like the question before, like we put ourselves on defense, and that can happen whether those shots go in or not. If we do that, you know, we put ourselves in good contention.
You guys are both veterans. When you look at Koa and Braden, do you guys almost forget that they're still freshmen?
Yeah, for sure. The way they carry themselves, you know, on and off the court, they move like that. So, but that's what Coach Lloyd wants from his guys, and that's what he teaches them is to show.
The 2001 team was celebrating their 25th anniversary. What is something that, what do you want people to say about you and your team, or y'all's team, in 25 years from now?
I feel like you kind of said already, like how we like love playing with each other. It's obvious to see. That doesn't have anything to do with the stats or the wins or anything. You just notice that, and anyone that watches it, whether they have a basketball background or not, can see it. I think that's the best thing, and teams will, in the future, kind of try and build their team off that. You know, that pure love for each other and want to play together, because it just gets rid of all like the hassles of ego and selfishness.
All right. Thanks, guys.
thank you.